So you went to the optician, he or she told you that you have something called keratoconus. You googled, even you're not understanding what is keratoconus. Before you continue, my name is Allamsy. Make sure that you subscribe, comment, share, and give me a thumbs up. So let me just go straight to the point. What is keratoconus? Keratoconus is when your cornea thins and budges outward into a cone shape. And when now your cornea is thin and budges outward into a cone shape, you can barely see things clearly. So you have blurry vision, you cannot read things. Even from far, you cannot read. Or even you cannot see things well. And so right now, the good thing, let me say the good news about keratoconus, even if it does not have cure, right now the ophthalmologists, I don't know if I've said well, is that they are coming, they manage now the keratoconus so that it does not progress. Because they say if you stay too long without being treated keratoconus, it is not sure bet, but they say that it might lead to something called, it might lead to blindness. But it is in very rare chances, but there's no need for you to sit down there, cry, be suicidal because I've been told that you have keratoconus. It is manageable. Number one, the ophthalmologists, they manage through something called cross-linking, where now the condition does not worsen. Like this eye of mine, can you see the way it is? It was done it was now done cross-linking, and at least, I can say at least it improved my vision. But now, this is where the catch is. This eye now, when you can see when it is becoming smaller and smaller in size, it is waiting for something called cornea transplant. So a person has to donate their cornea and then I'll be put in my eye. Another thing that if you have keratoconus is you can use RGP and then you can use the lenses. So the good thing is that keratoconus is manageable, but does not cure all those things. They don't cure keratoconus, they just manage, they just stop the progression of keratoconus. Because if it stays for long without being treated, it worsens. For me, I didn't know that I have keratoconus when it started. Even I cannot tell you for sure when it started, but I can remember in high school I was struggling. But you know what? I didn't even use any glasses. I was like, no, I don't use glasses because I never knew there's something called keratoconus. But I guess that's when now the condition really worsened. It started with this eye. That's why I'm being done cornea transplant. And then the worst thing about keratoconus, it goes to the other eye. So it moved from this eye and even affected their right eye, and that's how I was done cross-linking, because it has not yet progressed so much, but this one, it is already worse. So now if you have keratoconus, don't think that now the eyeglasses will fix your problem. Make sure that you go to the right hospital to be checked. Maybe your optician keeps on changing your glasses and maybe you have keratoconus. For me, yes, I'm wearing these eyeglasses, but when it comes to reading, also if for example it is a storybook, a novel, or even seeing far, like right now the way I am, I cannot because I have keratoconus. And this eye, it is good, but the other one, it is waiting for cornea transplant, so it does not help. I don't know if you can note the difference. So eyeglasses don't fix keratoconus most of the time, but if maybe you go for something called cross-linking, cornea transplant, maybe your doctor can tell you not to wear them eyeglasses. But most of the time when you have keratoconus, eyeglasses does not fix the problem. So for me, it is not, like I can say, the eyeglasses are not helping. So I have to squint my eyes. For me not to see things, I have to do like this. I'm here to create awareness about keratoconus, and I will come with more content about keratoconus. And actually I have a TikTok account. I go by the name Allamsy. I share there. That's where I share most of the things there. And if you have any question, or you have a friend who has keratoconus, a family member, and is really much stressed or suicidal, I'll be sharing that content, and I'm here to create awareness about keratoconus. See you in the next one.